Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we'll talk about what it was like meeting Eminem for the first time for Chris D'Elia. Now, what made this meeting possible was the impression of Eminem's freestyle he did that went viral, and that moment transformed D'Elia's career for the better. And in a recent video, he talked about what it was like when he met Eminem for the first time. In the second part of the video, we'll be talking about Dr. Dre's recent interview to mark the 20th anniversary of the album 2001, where Dr. Dre talked about how the classic Forgot About Dre was made, which adds to the long list of why Eminem is often regarded as the greatest to ever do it. So first of all, according to Chris, it was after he met Eminem in the studio in Detroit that they took this famous picture, a picture that pop artist Justin Bieber also talked about after Chris posted it. One thing that stood out for D'Elia was the fact that Eminem was just a cool, normal guy when they met in person. He highlighted the fact that usually when people get to meet legends, many of them act superior and make you feel that you should be lucky to be in their presence, but for Eminem it was different. From the get-go, as they met, Eminem did D'Elia's impression of him, and that took him by surprise. I'll quote him here. "We show up, Eminem is just sitting there, and he's like, 'Come on in,' and Eminem stands up and goes like this, flap it around like a napkin to me. And I'm like, this is the craziest thing to me. He's doing my impression of him to me, of him." Now, I've seen some on Twitter, some Eminem fans, that didn't think the impression was funny, but according to Eminem, it was funny, and that's what matters here. Eminem said to D'Elia, and I quote him here, "Man, you killed that impression of me. It was so funny. It was amazing. And the one in the garage where you were out of breath, that's hilarious because I get out of breath sometimes." D'Elia added how to him this was so mind-blowing, the whole experience of meeting Eminem in person, adding, and I quote, "In the best way, he was just a normal cool guy. You know, these icons, these legends, you know, you meet them and sometimes they have this air where it's like, oh, you're lucky to be here. It didn't feel that way at all. It was so cool and refreshing." They also talked about hip-hop, and Eminem also talked about his favorite rappers like Tupac, Biggie, and Jay-Z. And the amazing part of D'Elia's account is that Eminem is at a point where he's now capable of having a conversation in raps that rhyme and make sense. This was how Chris D'Elia put it. "Eminem was rapping when he was having a conversation with us, and it was unbelievable. I was like on the couch with this guy and he's rapping, talking to me, rapping, telling me something in a rap, and it all made sense. It was insane." And in 2019, we have found out that this rap god has pretty much been sleeping in the studio, and for what's to come, check out my last video, especially the second part of the video. I'll leave a link at the top right corner. Now, before we get to Dr. Dre's comments about the making of Forgot About Dre, if you enjoy content like this, remember to hit the like button, and if you're new here, also hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss an upload. So Dr. Dre and Jimmy are having a conversation, and Jimmy says, "There's some artists in music that all they are is searching for inspiration, and there are artists that are just searching for hits. Dre's only searching for inspiration, and if hits come, great." And shortly after, Dr. Dre in regards to starting all over from scratch after cutting ties with his last label. "I just felt like maybe I needed to bump into the right artist or the right musician or whatever, and I didn't have that at the time. Eminem was the missing link." It's quite hilarious when people with the attention span of a goldfish try to discredit Eminem today, like we didn't know for the longest time what Eminem was about. Dr. Dre is a hip-hop heavyweight, and if he refers to Eminem as the missing link in his career when he was starting over, you know, that's like Einstein giving a physicist the thumbs up, telling the world to watch out. But that hasn't stopped some people from trying to rewrite history. Dr. Dre says that on meeting Eminem, he was hungry, I was hungry, and it was like, that spontaneous combustion. We just clicked. And the doctor moved on to talk about the creation of one of hip-hop's best songs ever. Forgot about Dre, and this is what he had to say about how that came about. That was Eminem's idea. He wrote the song for me and Snoop originally. He laid the reference vocals for Snoop, and I liked the way he sounded. So we just kept it that way. I laid my vocals, and that was it. The other day I saw a comment online where someone said Eminem doesn't have many classic songs, and I think the user stated that this was because of his beat choices or something along those lines. But at this point, I know everyone has opinions, but the fact that Eminem's songs from 1999 are still alive to this day and instantly recognizable even by kids show that he pretty much has more classic songs than any rapper before or after him. I think there's even a video on YouTube where kids reacted to popular songs before they were born, and most of the kids knew Eminem songs compared to other rap songs. So there you go, Chris D'Elia on meeting Eminem for the first time, and how Eminem pretty much created one of hip-hop's best songs ever. Leave your thoughts below, like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.